closed his eyes to escape time. Yes, time, if you look, so when we analyze passages like this, I'll get to you in 1 second, Grace. When we analyze passages like this, we look for things that are repeated, because if it's repeated, the author probably thinks it's important, right? So time is something in here that is definitely important. And when he says that, he closed his eyes as if to escape time. Again, that theme of escape is really important too. So really important. What's the other one?
Well, like just reading this, like reminded me of a quote that we read, Devil's Arithmetic in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they came for the Jews, but that wasn't me, so I didn't help them. And then it like went on, and then it's like, and they came for me, and there was no one left to help me. I just remembered this.
Yes, that is a really good connection. Really good connection. Grace, and then I'll go to Delaney.
We talk about waiting for better days that wish they really soon to come, so even though he knows like, what happened to everyone else, he still has hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, waiting. Again, that links back to the time, right? You're so right. Delaney.
Well, I had two. The first one was that he said that he wasn't alive and that he felt like dead and alone. And then the second one is that life just returned to normal again, and I thought that kind of somewhat connects to Anne, because even though they're up in attics, they still had like normal life.
Yeah, good connection. Did you have the same connection, Alex?
I was just going to say that,
Yeah, definitely. You get a lot of that too about life and what it feels like, and like escaping life and those things. Escaping literally when his escape, and then figuratively. Owen, did you have something?
I had the line that says the joy in his eyes was gone.
Yeah.
Because I think somebody said that in the documentary that we watched about, and then like Otto Frank, the joy in his eyes was gone.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And that I saw that quote, and I picked that one out too. Moshe was not the same. The joy in his eyes was gone. He no longer sang. He no longer mentioned either God or Kabbalah. He spoke only of what he had seen. But people not only refused to believe his tales, they refused to listen. And I think that's really important, because it touches on a couple of things, both the faith. I think we see kind of it comes a really important theme, and kind of that seeing or believing kind of tension. So you brought up some really good points there. Carson, and then Sam, and then Maeve.
Oh, what's Kabbalah?
That's their religion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's like the tenet of their religion.
You hear about that a lot when they're talking about Muslims' religion. Okay, that they learn the Kabbalah. It's more into the ancient writings, I guess, for the time being would work for you.
So is it like a prayer?
Yeah, it's like a translation of the Bible, of Bible verses. It's that they use as their, like we use our missalettes and things like that. It's which has Bible verses in it. The Kabbalah is a ritual routine kind of. When people, you hear of it when especially when, I mean, the one I would think of that you might be able to hear of is when some of the celebrities have changed to becoming Muslims. They'll talk about they're learning the Kabbalah. So that might be a more modern reference for you if that helps.
Yeah.
And then was there something back there?
Sam, and then Maeve.
I had, about the part, I no longer care to live, I am alone. Mm-hmm. But then after that he says, but I wanted to come back to warn you. So it's like he didn't really owe them anything, but he came back to warn them because he didn't want them to have the same fate as the people he saw die.
Yeah, and that tells a lot from his experience, I think. He comes back and nobody believes him. And he was left for dead at a Nazi concentration camp, saw all those things, and he comes back and nobody believes him. So that's I think a really telling part to his character. So good one. Okay.
I think in the first paragraph, when it says that the train has stopped, I put that as when that train stopped, their life became stagnant and they just stopped living.
Yes.
And then I had the last two lines on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I put like Analysis Nora. I put that they were trying to convince themselves that like their life was okay. Even though like I feel like they knew that they were gonna get caught.
Yeah, you do get that sense that they kind of know what's coming, but they want to continue to be normal. They want to continue those lives, and I think that also connects back to what, I think it was Alex or Owen, somebody over here was talking about the connection to Anne and her life and that normalcy that she wanted. Was that you? Delaney. And I think in the first quote you brought up, Ellie's really good at bringing up like similes and metaphors in his writing, and I think you're right about that train and the stopping. That can even just be like a metaphor for some of the things that are going on in life. A couple of the ones that I saw, he says, "They think I'm mad," he whispered, and tears, like drops of wax, flowed from his eyes. That metaphor. He had a couple others too. I can't find them on mine now, but, and another thing as you guys are reading, so you can use all of these as you keep reading the text, and it might help you get a little, a deeper understanding, and feel free to, if a passage stood out or that shop value that Ms. Holman talked about, reread it and try to do this with it, and look for too, he does a lot with like the title references to night. Night is huge in this, and we see day after day, night after night, night passed, night fell on us. Like, night is such a huge symbol overall, and I'm curious to see after you guys read a little bit more what you think that might mean. Colin.
I had another quote that was kind of shocking about, like, we talked about a little bit how the infants are tossed into the air and used as targets for the machine guns. I think I knew, like, I kind of agree with Carson what he said earlier, like, I knew like how bad this was a couple years ago, but like reading some of this stuff and like how like just innocent good people were killed really is like shocking and shows us how bad the Holocaust was.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. This was another quote that stood out to me. "Jews, listen to me. That's all I ask of you. No money, no pity. Just listen to me. Just listen to me." I saw that. That's kind of what Ellie's saying in his preface, don't you think? Just listen to me. I'm trying to find the words to explain to you this experience. I just want you to listen. And I think we get that kind of parallel here when Moshe comes back and he has this experience, but he can't find the words and people won't believe him. But it's real. It happened. And I saw a really big parallel there. Does that kind of make sense to you? Mm-hmm. So basically just kind of a wrap up for you guys. You touched on that quote, so good job. In this passage especially, so after like you read a passage that might really stand out to you, you think it's really important or saying something about the text, remember it, and you can also put it all together through identifying like those themes that we're talking about. So I kind of saw faith, time, and escape as really big in this part. Would you guys agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah, we get that a lot, and themes kind of come out in both the repetition of words, phrases. Ellie, he does that a lot. There was that passage that I read in the preface was, "Never shall I, never, 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 never." Remember how he starts every sentence like that? And that really adds to the effect and the power of things. So kind of take note of that as you're reading through. Yeah.
For the one where he says that like he escaped by like a miracle, I think that like he was an influence on this guy's name that wrote it.
Ellie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the preface or whatever, he was saying that he escaped by like a miracle, like a chance. And it's
Yes.
what he's saying.
I think you're right, and I think that definitely, again, is kind of this parallel. And it kind of relates to that theme of faith again, and God, and all these people that are faithful people, and yeah, they think of their experience as really miraculous. So I think you're right. Any other last ones? You guys can keep this sheet as practice, and just kind of look over some things that we did today. And yeah, that's all I have. Enjoy reading night.